Welcome to this edition of News 9 Live, and we are going to talk about the Love Jihad case which continues to rock Uttarakhand. Is it fact, fiction, political boogie, or scaled, timed for 2024 Lok Sabha election? Love Jihad, land jihad, is a story which is not located to Uttarakhand, specific to Uttarakhand. The story is about Uttarakhand, but then the politics of othering and the fact that the othering of the significant minority, has it become a dominant discourse? We are going to talk about this specific case. We are going to go into why this issue has come up specifically in context of Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand, which was once part of UP, was not divorced from what was happening in the hinterland. Uttarakhand is not separated from the district of Rampur by 500 kilometers. It is not separated from district Saharanpur by 700 kilometers. The economy of Uttarakhand has always been linked to the largest state of UP. Why has this issue come up? Why has Mr. Dhami taken up this stand? Is the politics of Uttarakhand turning, which was something centered around the Brahmin versus Thakur, is consolidating around Dev Bhoomi versus other? And it's not as if Uttarakhand doesn't have a diverse population. You have Sikhs who migrated after partition, they have been settled in the plains of Uttarakhand. Now, the most fertile land. Verghese, this is the case. If I be very specific to this, this is the case of abduction. This is a case where Ubaid Khan and Jitendra Saini were involved. One was 24, another was 23. They tried to abduct a 14-year-old girl. It's a case of POSCO. How come this qualifies as a case of the so-called, if a quote unquote, if I say love jihad, though in itself is a very contested terminology?
Well, initially when it came out, as you rightly pointed, it was a normal abduction case. And as per process of law, it went into a POXO case and investigations are being carried out. And the charges were under POXO, so they were arrested. But the issue is that conveniently it seems that they have forgotten that two people were involved in it. One belongs to the Hindu religion while the other belongs to the Islamic religion. And a lot of people on social media tried to highlight that this person who is from the Islamic religion is also the accused and seem to gravitate the entire case only towards him. And that has in fact resulted in this kind of the hate speech that was being circulated on social media platforms and to the situation in Purola as well. So, it's a normal case, but unfortunately now we are seeing it from a religious angle and it has spiraled into a situation that we see now.
Javed Saab and Sharat ji, generally the debates you must have gone into is whether it's a case of love jihad or it's not a case of love jihad. I am not going to frame my conversation around this. I am going to frame my debate on two simple lines. Has interfaith marriage become problematic in India? One. And secondly, is the politics of othering the superhighway to 2024 Lok Sabha elections? First to you, Javed Saab, and then to Sharat ji.
Thank you, Kartikeya. It's a pleasure to be sharing screen space with you after a period of about 5 years. So thank you for having me on the show. I don't know if it is a superhighway. Now you don't have to take the superhighway. All lanes, by-lanes, gullies, everything leads to 2024. This is a part of a larger scheme to keep the communal pot boiling. I mean, it's an everyday affair. Young kids fall in love these days, cutting across caste affiliations, cutting across religious affiliations. But unfortunately, those facts are disregarded and everything just points in one direction, which is love jihad. And this flies in the face of what the union government has said in the Lok Sabha. In a written reply to a question, they said there is no such thing as love jihad. Yet, every time there is a case like this, here there are two youngsters involved, two young males involved, one belonging to the majority community, the other to the minority community. And as Mr. Verghese said, that fact has conveniently been forgotten, erased from public memory. Everything is now just being focused on this young man who happens to be a Muslim. So therefore, and it flies in the face of everything that the Prime Minister and the BJP's leadership would have us believe of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas. If this is a part of that grand scheme, then perhaps they have a totally different definition of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas than you and I have. It's unfortunate, and there is it's a no-brainer to say that it has political overtones. Obviously, everything, the whole idea is just to keep the communal pot boiling, keep it simmering till 2024, and then, hope that everything just comes together and you create an environment where every other issue is put in the background, and it's only this polarization on communal lines, this majority versus minority issue which comes to the fore and subsumes all other issues.
Or is it because of the fact, Javed Saab, that people or the politicians or people who are influential on social media, they find it difficult to say that this is communal, this is sectarian, this is incorrect. In name of providing space to Hindu view, you are pushing a communal view, and people don't say that.
Kartikeya, how I wish there were more Kartikeya Sharmas in the media today who would have your guts and to be able to call a spade a spade. My dear friend and colleague Sharat Pradhan is laughing. He knows where I'm coming from. And I'm very happy to see that at least you make the distinction between spine and supine.